In this episode, we're going to take a close look at an area of track right here and here that causes derailments. You might have heard that click. Right there. That's one area. We're going to take a close look at that. So this is one area of track that has plagued me ever since I've laid it down. One problem is right in this area where you see some caulking coming up through the ties. Now I've shaved that down all the way. There's nothing against the rails, but one car keeps derailing here. The other problem spot is a natural. It's where two tracks join, and if I can get you close enough, you'll see where I've tried to bend it and curve it and file it and just move it around. I just cannot fix it. And I destroyed it the other day when I pulled that connector out a little too far. So let me bring a train around and show you the derailment. So this engine and flat car, you usually have a problem there. One wheel went off and the other one went off there. If I was to back them up, the flat car did not go off, okay. So what I'm going to do is tear this track up from here, probably all the way around to in here somewhere. I have a joint here, which is where I would like to end it. I'm going to solder two pieces of flex track together, tear this up, and relay this whole thing. So let's get started on that. So I'm actually going to start in here. I have a joint here, but it's perfect. So I'm going to bring it out to here before all the problems start. And just snip my rails off here. We'll see what happens. I may end up going back more, but we'll see. And hopefully that'll come up okay. One of the other reasons I'm okay with doing this, if you remember in one of my past episodes, this corner was a little narrow and I had to widen it out. So I'm going to take the opportunity to move the track over just a little bit so that I have a little more clearance around here. And hopefully I can run trains and cars better through here. Still got a lot more cleanup to do here. Let's get this guy out of the way for now. Maybe even these guys. It's a little difficult to give you a really good view here of what I need to do, but I think I've got you set up. These dental picks come in real handy for something like this, and for a bunch of other stuff I've already used them for. But I need to get some of these ballast out from underneath the ties so it lays down flat. And I don't really want to disturb a whole lot more track over here. So let's see what I can do with this. Now I know how a dentist feels, I guess. Yeah, that's going to lay down okay. Yeah, that'll be good just like that. Now I'm just going to get a couple ties out from underneath there. Give me room for my joiner. Trying not to mess up the rail itself. As long as I don't bend anything, you should be able to gauge right when I put the other one in. All right, let's get the remainder of this up. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Snip it back here, just past that joint. All right, I already cleaned this up as you can see, and I'm going to run some 80 grit paper around here with a firm surface just to take off any high spots and make sure I'm working on a flat surface here. You may see this piece of cardboard and wonder what it is. When I designed this curve, I made it so it would slope in just slightly. This was a low spot. I put that in there just to keep the bank appropriate. You'll see that in most railroads on a curve like this to bank it in. So let's smooth out this roadbed a little bit here with some plaster Paris. I just have a hole or two to plug up before I do that so I don't lose a lot of it onto the rail down below. There. But it'll give me a smoother surface to work with. Smooth out a few things here. Make sure that I'm going to have a good smooth running rail. And these holes that I made also, slits actually, in the styrofoam where I cut this styrofoam. If you saw in an earlier episode when I made this curve, you can buy this sort of thing, but I made it myself. Make a lot of cuts in a piece of styrofoam and you can bend it around wherever you want to. Well, that's what I did here. As you know, I don't like to spend a lot of money. So this is something I could do on my own. And the hobby stuff just costs a lot of money. I like to save that for my rolling stock and engines. And turnouts, things that I just can't make. So I've got some plaster Paris down here now. Let's smooth that out a little bit. So I found one of the reasons that I'm uncoupling or derailing here. Remember that spot where there was some glue sticking up through the ties? That's right here. And if you can look close enough, or if I can get it down low enough for you to look, there's a low spot here, and it gets low down here before it rises again. And I know railroads don't like dramatic changes in elevation. So let me see if I can demonstrate that for you a little better. I'm going to set you down over here and put a straight edge on this portion. This is where the hump is. This is where the other track connects. If I put a light behind it, you can see how much light is bleeding through there. There's almost probably 3/16 of an inch there. That's a dramatic change from here to there. So I'm going to have to fill that in. Let's see if I can show you the other one, but it's not as prominent. Probably not going to be able to see it like this. Yeah. But anyway, this part here is dramatically lower than this before it rises over here. So I'd say there's almost maybe an 1/8 of an inch dip here. So that means when the train is going around, coming up here and over a hump, the wheels have no choice but to just kind of follow wherever it wants to go and go off rail or uncouple. This is a place where I had an uncoupling problem as well. So I've got to fill this in and fill this in, bring it up a little bit. I don't know why I didn't see this at first when I first laid this track, but I'm going to make some correction here before I lay any track down. So let's get into that. Let's get started on this one first. This is the most dramatic. So I've mixed up some more plaster Paris here. This is also going to be the easiest one to do, probably. The other one is going to be on a good curve, so it's going to be hard to adjust to whatever it is I need. And even this, I'm sure, is going to take some sanding. Let's see if this actually does show up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that gap under there. Shows up pretty good that way. Good. All right. Let's get some in there. Yeah, she's drying out on me quick. Not a lot of working time, but I filled in some low spots I can see. The rest of it I can wait until it dries and get that sanded out. I still may have to do another layer, bring it up some more. When this dries out, I'll put the straight edge on it again and take another look. Now that we have the track all flat where I want it to go, let's get these pieces of track soldered together. Just want to clean them off with some steel wool here, make sure the solder sticks well. And let's just marry them up together here. Let's be able to see what we're looking at here. We are ready. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's nice. Nice and smooth there. Problem is, what will the cars think? I'm going to just pull it to the left and to the right a little bit. Symbolize a little bit of a turn. Good there. Yeah, I feel nothing there. I see plenty of clearance on the flanges. I think we're in good shape. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to solder this end of the rails first. I want to make sure that those are in line before I do anything else. We're going to lay the track around here using weights only. I'm not going to glue it in place yet. And then I'm going to cut and solder this one in place. This concerns me a little bit right here. So I want to make absolutely sure that I get those soldered straight and even before I glue this down. And then once that's done, I can lift the track a little bit, apply glue underneath it, and stick it down with the counterweights. So let's see what we can do. So I've already prepped the track. I took a lot of time to make sure I get it right straight the way I want it here. And everything looks good. Now I'm just going to solder this baby in place, and this end should be fine. Now we're lining up this side here. And I've got most of the track right where I want it. Pull it away from that bank